Bob Grokensberg was a kind and innocent boy. Bob lived in Gupelgok. Gupelgok is a wealthy city. It has clean water and good hygiene. Bob loves living in Gupelgok and doesn't know any other life besides his rich and comfortable one, the magazine. One day, Bob noticed something that seized his eye. It was a magazine that had an article about people who died because of unsanitary water in Schottenstein. Bob started reading it and became distressed. It made Bob think about what his life would be like if he didn't live in Gupelgok. The nightmare. That night, Bob had a bewildering nightmare. He dreamt that he was being chased by an angry blood-red unicorn who was urging him to drink water. Every time he slowed down, he got even thirstier. It was horrifying. He felt as if he was going to die, but he didn't give in and thankfully the nightmare ended. Why is my water so dirty? The next day, Bob was drinking water when he noticed that the water was filthy. Ew, he said. What is this? It's just water, his friend said. Bob shook his head. Then he saw that the water was indeed normal. Was he hallucinating? Where is the soap? Later in the afternoon, Bob had to wash his hands, but he couldn't find the soap. Where is it? He wondered aloud. Then he blinked several times. The soap was right where it always was. Yep, something was definitely wrong.
That night, as Bob was brushing his teeth, he looked down at his toothbrush and saw hundreds of tiny bacteria. Ugh, disgusting, he screamed and threw it down. But when he picked it up again, it was fine. I need to sleep, thought Bob. Unfortunately, Bob couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned all night. He wondered how he could have lived all his life in Gopelgok
and never knew anything about the people who were suffering in Schottenstein.
In the morning, Bob woke up and looked outside. I must be dreaming, he thought. Where were all the trees? Where was the garden? There wasn't even any grass. The ground was barren and brown. Where am I? What has happened to Gopelgok?
Gopelgok? Don't be ridiculous, said his mom. This is Schottenstein, and you better get moving or you're going to be late for school. Bob grabbed his backpack and headed out the door. Aren't you forgetting something? Called his mom.
His mom handed him a bucket and reminded him that he was responsible for getting clean water for the family. Bob couldn't believe it. Walk 5 miles to get clean water? What is happening to my life, he thought.
Bob drinks the water. That night, Bob woke up in the middle of the night, still in Schottenstein. He gets thirsty and goes downstairs to get some water. Then he hallucinates because he thinks the water is talking to him.
Bob, said the water. Bob rubbed his eyes to see if he was seeing things. Who's talking to me? Bob said. Bob, the water said louder. Who's talking to me? Bob said louder. Then Bob looked at the water and said, Are you talking to me? The water said, Yes, I am talking to you. I am dirty and I need a better life. People in Schottenstein are getting sick because of me and I don't like it. Bob said, Well, I'm thirsty and I'm going to drink you anyways. No, yelled the water. But Bob already took a big gulp of it, and it tastes just like the water in Gopelgok. There's nothing wrong with it.
The next morning, Bob woke up feeling queasy. His mom walked in his room and said, Bob, get ready for school. So Bob slipped out of his pajamas and into his school clothes. Bob went into the bathroom to brush his teeth and dropped onto the floor and threw up. Bob's mother heard the noise and ran into the bathroom. Bob, honey, are you okay? Bob's mom asked. Bob turned his head and threw up some more. Oh, Bob, let me get you a bag. Bob's mom ran out of the room and got a bag. Thanks, Mom, Bob said, trying to smile.
He was so sick and so dizzy he ran into a pole. His dad tried to help by putting ice on his head. He had a big bump on his head. After a while, his dad made dinner. He had water for dinner and he was very scared to drink it after his drink. So he asked his dad if the water was done. His dad said it was. Bob's dad said, I wish we could fix it, Bob asked, why can't we fix it? His dad replied, we don't have enough money. That gave Bob an idea.
Bob called his friends Jack and Josh back in Gopelgok. When Jack answered his phone, he said, Hey, where are you? I haven't seen you in school for 2 days. Bob said, I'm in Schottenstein. I was calling to see if you could make a lemonade stand to raise money to buy water filters so people in Schottenstein could have clean water. Jack and Josh said, Okay, we'll try!
How can we help? Jack and Josh are excited to help the people of Schottenstein. So they wake up early in the next morning to get everything ready, but no one comes. How are they going to raise enough money to buy water filters? Jack and Josh decide that they must raise awareness before they can raise money. So they put up posters about Schottenstein and tell everyone about how the people there are suffering. How can we let these people die, shouts Jack. We have to do something, yells Josh.
Everyone agrees that something must be done. Even the mayor comes to the lemonade stand and declares that the people of Gobblegok will help the people of Schottenstein to get clean water. They buy water filters and deliver them to Schottenstein right away.
Now the people of Schottenstein have clean water and everybody is healthy and happy. Even Beyonce came for a special concert. Celebrate! Bob felt proud that he helped Schottenstein, but something wasn't quite right. That night, Bob can't sleep.
He begins to wonder if there are more places in the world like Schottenstein.
He started to research and learns that there are more countries that need his help.
Bob knows what to do.
That night, Bob had a bizarre dream. In his dream, the same unicorn was there, but this time it was bright blue and wasn't chasing him, trying to get him to drink dirty water. It also had a small owl sitting on his head. The unicorn said, "You have truly shown you care about others. You are ready to go back." Bob wakes up happy. The dream had seemed so real. Now he's even more determined to get clean water and sanitation for everyone, but doesn't know how he could make that possible. Although at his breakfast, he tries to come up with ways to get clean water and sanitation for everyone until suddenly he comes up with a great idea to get his school to run a campaign for clean water and sanitation. The school agrees to Bob's idea, and they make posters and websites and get lots of donations and support from people around the world. Soon other schools around the world are running a campaign for clean water and sanitation too. The campaign spreads and spreads, and now schools are also running campaigns for their students. Representatives from every country came to celebrate the success. The UN ambassador in charge of clean water and sanitation presented his idea to build stores around the world for water purification. Why not instead build a factory for water purification, Bob thought. He shared his idea. "I like that idea even better," declared the ambassador. Bob became the UN ambassador in charge of clean water and sanitation. When he first read the letter, he was in disbelief and so overjoyed. He called his family and friends and told them the news. They had a big celebration. Bob was excited and had high hopes for the people and the planet's future.